But
The idea. Oh, he fell over.
I don't ever think I'm right. I think everyone has different opinions and everyone's valid.
We
that's
have
what
a
I mean,
man
like, the
down.
heart. Anyway,
What did he knock over? Did you see?
He knocked himself over.
Oh, I still thought that was his chair. How did he knock over?
I don't know. He just went over towards the couch, and then all of a sudden he just
Michael,
flops
are you
over.
okay?
Are you all right?
Do we need a life support button? I'll buy you one.
Do you
I
need
can be
CPR?
I survived.
What happened?
Can I?
Yep.
What happened?
You're like, you walked in,
throw
and,
myself from our angle.
and then all of a sudden I look over, and your legs are just over the couch. It's like something you see in like an animated cartoon, just like whoop. It was quick.
I fell. God damn. So with gut instinct, like I think you have to go back to the nature versus nurture argument, because if you're going to argue that like we actually have some sort of visceral gut instinct, some sort of inherent instinct, then you're going to have to dismiss the nurture argument. And if you can't dismiss the nurture argument, well, then you have no argument. Like, I think that most of us develop a gut instinct over time due to experiences within our life. I think that's where intuition comes from. I don't think you have some sort of innate or inherent intuition. That just doesn't make sense to me. If you can show me like some studies in which maybe that's there, I think that some of us are more intuitive than others. But yeah, no, I mean, just the idea of gut instinct, at least as I understand it, it's nonsense.
I'm gonna have to be a dick.
no.
I
You're just
disagree.
going to have a counter argument, which is fine. It's not a dick move. That's a growing move.
I hear and agree with everything you say, Michael, but I think the argument is a little pigeonholed, and the reason for that is you're going off of things that can be measured, things that can be controlled, things that can be explained. Is it a fair statement that there is at least one phenomenon that happens in life, on the earth, in the human body, that really can't be measured, but we know happens? We don't quite know why. Like consciousness, for example. Is it fair to say that that can't be measured, so you can't prove it's real, but we all know it exists?
I disagree.
Okay, let's hear it. You're saying there's not a single thing that has ever happened that can't be explained?
Whoa,
There's no measure for it.
whoa. I believe there are many things that can't be explained. I believe that's why people believe in UFOs, think about the paranormal, etc., etc. But there are a million experiences within just one single life that can't be explained. I'm very much comfortable with the answer of, I don't know.
Okay,
Like, I'm not willing to assign any sort of assessment to that. I'm just willing to say, hey, fuck, I don't know why that happened. I don't know why you heard the sound of keys jangling down a long, dark hallway. There could be a million reasons for that, but I'm not willing to, like, hypothesize on that.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people want to assign, like, you know, oh, I heard this mysterious noise in the dark, and therefore paranormal activity. Well, you know what? There are so many more things that like we could think of to explain that within the rational context of our world. Like,
I
maybe there was someone just walking around out there and you never saw them. Maybe there was a tree rustling and you just didn't feel the breeze because it wasn't strong enough to affect you, but it was strong enough to... Speak, Megan! Fucking talk.
Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to be respectful, but
No,
I'm
shut
not
up.
disagreeing with the word you're saying of that. The issue I have with it, though, those are perception-based phenomena. I'm talking natural phenomena. Happens in the earth. There's no human being touching it. It happens. It's not perception. There's no subjectivity to it. It just happens.
Okay,
That's what I'm talking about. Because
for
if you put humanity into it, nurture takes over. I would agree. But if we go back to nature and only nature minus humanity, that's the phenomenons I'm talking about. And I think gut instinct is a natural phenomena for us to a limited degree and a limited capacity. I think nurture has a lot to do on whether or not you learn to listen to it, to trust it, how you interpret it, how it feels for you. But the natural gut instincts are ingrained in us as a child. For example, if you look at
Okay, so wait, whoa. Right there, you said it. Natural gut instinct is ingrained upon us. So it's not something that we're naturally born with.
I disagree. I think it is. Maybe ingrained is not
okay, so your state. Oh, okay.
How about this? Naturally, let me think of a better word for it. It is a natural presence in our being.
Okay, so let me stop you. Let me ask you this. You believe how would I phrase that even? You believe that you can just, I don't know, naturally be born to detect ghosts? Or some shit like that. I mean,
why is it ghost?
Well, no. Hold on. I'm trying to get a better. I'm trying to get a better grasp for what you're saying, so that I can actually steel man your position and argue it instead of nonsensical positions in which I'm just ascribing.
Okay. You want an example of what I would deem a natural, innate gut instinct that humans have? I'd be happy to give you an example.
Yeah, sure.
For example, let's say, hypothetically, any human being is walking down a road. It's dark. It's dusk. They're walking, and all of a sudden, the hairs on the back of your neck raise. You start getting goosebumps. You start becoming concerned for your safety. You don't know where it comes from. You don't know if there's something in the bushes. You don't know if you're being stalked. You don't know if there's a predator. But your body reacts to something, and you have no idea what it's reacting to, but it is. It is telling you to run. It is telling you to drop. It is telling you to, however you interpret that is nurture. Having the biological reactions of your pituitary glands going off, your hair starting to raise, your blood pressure starting to raise, the stress response, for example. All of the blood out of your extremities is going to focus closer to the core for your survival. It's going to try to keep you alive. That is an example of a gut instinct to me. You're walking in the middle of the dark, and your body, without your mind reacting, starts having a reaction. That's gut instinct.
So wouldn't this be better chalked up to a natural response?
Did you look up the definition of gut instinct? I was going to read it, but just jumped in. That's literally what the definition is.
It's kind of what I was trying to say.
But okay. So to extend from that, it's an evolutionary response. We have evolved to understand these things, not necessarily on an intellectual level, but on a visceral level, and therefore, what was more evolutionarily advantageous for us as a species, going from Neanderthals to Homo sapiens, was to understand that if you hear a breeze in the bushes, maybe you better think that that's a fucking lion instead of just a breeze in the bushes.
The term for that is negativity bias.
Yes.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah, but so don't you think that's a better way to explain it than that we just have some sort of innate response to negative forces in which we may, or those are
So my standpoint on that is I feel like we humans like metrics and constructs that are easier to understand. And being told that something just happens outside of our control and we can't explain it, we can't control it, makes us uncomfortable. So I think for academics and in the field of things that can be measured and minutely argued and proved, going back to truth versus absolute truth, I think for a lot of people, it makes them more comfortable to use that argument. But I think the presence of a natural phenomena, gut instinct, is 100% accurate and just as valid. I think both explanations can exist in the exact same environment, sphere, mental space, and both be perfectly valid.
So I think we're talking a little bit past each other. I think we are like blending the nature and nurture thing, whereas like I feel I have a bit of a more clear definition than what you do. And you need the ability to blend the nature and the nurture together, because otherwise your argument's going to fall apart. Does that make sense?
I hear your perspective, but I firmly disagree. I think
No, I'm fine with that. I want to get on some terms in which we can actually start breaking down this sort of dichotomy. And
blunt question here. I fail to understand why it is there's any point in being right or being able to finally define something. Why can't both potentials just exist and we can talk about gut instinct further? I mean, multiple perspectives exist, and no one's ever going to be right. So I don't see the point in trying to break it down further because you're just going to get further from the concept.
All potentials can exist. I mean, there's this great quote in Star Trek, and I can't remember which episode or whatever, but it's Spock, and everything is possible. It all comes down to potentiality. Like, so, like, we can say that, like, Superman potentially can exist. The probability is really fucking low. But you never actually get to zero. The probability that I will have sex tomorrow with Scarlett Johansson is pretty low, but the potentiality is not zero. And I mean, that's...
In this universe,
it's 100% zero.
Shade thrown! Damn!
Not just you, I speak for myself as well.
We need a little comedy for me and Anthony. We've been sitting here most of the episode.
See, when you say that, I'm thinking, putting myself in your shoes and how you're explaining it and everything, and I'm just thinking, yeah, that's not happening.
Dude, ScarJo would totally fuck me, alright? Look, look at that dude off of SNL, alright?
Really?
Fair. That is one very not attractive guy for her level of hotness.
Pete, whatever, who dated Ariana Grande?
No, she's...
No, it's not Pete. It's the dude that does
rich or very funny, one of the two.
He's the guy that yeah, he's kind of he's the dude that he's fuck. I can remember Michael Che. He's the other guy on the fucking news show that they do. There's Michael Che, and then there's Colin Jost. There we go.
There you go.
I don't know who that is, but that's okay.
The only thing you need to know is Scarlett Johansson hot. This guy, but
I don't
funny
know.
Brings him up to like a.
He's pretty fucking cute, but nonetheless. So
still zero, dude. I honestly don't think I'm talking loud enough for anyone to hear me.
Derailed. I love it.
I'm not derailed. I'm just not gonna fucking talk to you anymore, Scott.
How dare you tell him his dream is 0?
Wait, is
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson like your dream girl? Who is?
Fuck no.
Who is? Who's like if you could pick one?
Jessica Alba.
Really?
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Ooh, okay. Anthony, what's yours? Like creme de la creme of a woman.
Shit.
I like how I knew.
She might know it off the cuff.
I don't
Jessica
know.
Alba, no
Back
matter
in the
what
day, I
age, as
used
long as it's legal.
to.
I love that. Okay, yes, legality. Yes.
Sounded real bad after it came out. But like,
I don't even
I loved her in
remember
Dark
name.
Angel. Love her now. So it's been 20 years.
I don't
And
know.
you?
Anthony is still thinking about this.
What about you?
Trying to think of this
Oh.
actor I liked a while back. Fucking.
was it Kate
I
Beckinsale?
can't remember her name anymore. No, I think it was
I know,
like
right?
Carmen or something like
Oh, in
that.
the underworld,
Hell yeah.
all of those. That's the only redemption for this.
Was it Carmen? No.
Carmen Electra?
Might have
I
been.
mean,
Did she play
What
in
movie?
he is old enough for that.
Epic movie? Or not epic movie, disaster movie.
Not
Actually, a couple of those spoofs.
I own that movie. Can't recall. Played it one time.
I think that's who it is. I think it was Carmen Electra. I think that's the one I used to like fucking have a crush back when I was like in high school and shit.
Yep, that'd be right about the age.
Oh yeah. And not just for the definition that the usual high schooler goes for.
Just
I
Bella.
generally thought she was pretty, so.
Ever.
Didn't
Anyway.
matter that she was in Playboy or anything like that. That had nothing to do with it.
I love that you defend your character after. You're like, no, it
What are you
wasn't that,
doing?
or that, or that.
No, there's no
You
way
never
of
said
defending my
yours?
character back then.
Girl who plays Waverly?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Either that or Margot Robbie. That can be shallow.
That's fair. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Michael? Since we derailed the whole thing.
Gotta finish off, then we can get back to topic.
How about what?
Who's your celebrity female crush?
Your real life waifu.
I don't have one.
Oh shit! Cop out answer.
Literally don't have that one.
Or one that
Alright,
you used to
and-
have, because I don't really
You know
have
the
one
kind of an
either,
actor.
but I had one at one point.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, yeah. She was a huge
I mean-
Justin Timberlake fan. There were posters all over. I remember.
Still am. He's doing a new album. Woo. Can't wait.
Again.
It's been a while.
I mean,
It's been-
his music did get decent, so I mean, it's not too
because he
horrible.
got to
Dude,
write his own
Justin
shit.
Timberlake. I fucking love that happy song. 'Cause I'm happy.
That's Pharrell Williams.
Yes, it is.
Oh, damn. Man. Wait, what song did he do?
Cry Me a River.
No.
Sexy Back. He had what's her face, Scarlett Johansson in it, in the video.
I was like, I didn't know she sang.
I'm bringing sexy back. I remember that song.
That was
I can't.
come on,
I can't stop this feeling.
yeah.
Yeah. As far as like celebrity crushes go, I don't have it.
Your dude.
What
If
about
you
The
were,
Witcher?
straight.
Dude,
Yeah.
that guy
Fuck.
is.
Fuck Geralt. Yeah, you just want to fuck Henry Cavill.
Absolutely. Have you ever seen The Tudors?
The Tudors?
Oh
The
Jesus, dude, that guy
The
was fucking
Tudors? Tudors?
Tudors.
Tudors? Tudors? Tudors?
brutal. I was
Tudors?
glad when I
Doors.
watched that guy die.
No. Here's the thing. I don't speak correctly English, and I don't give a fuck.
What was the tutor?
Well, I
Say
speak
something correctly.
fuck, ma'am. So fuck off, alright, you fucking cunt.
How dare you have it going to laugh at me?
Hey, you trying to take a piss, mate?
Yes, all the time. It's fun
Crikey.
for me. I've
I
decided
know
to
it.
do things that are fun for me.
It pisses so many fucking people off, but like, no, I don't. Yeah. No.
Okay, so I have an idea that'll loop everybody in, so everybody can talk. And I say
No
that
worries.
the first two that have to speak are Anthony or Stevie. Can't be Michael or I.
It's not gonna happen.
Tell
Mine
a
can't keep quiet.
story where either you wish you would have listened to your gut instinct, you know your gut
I'll
instinct
start.
saved your life, anything like that. Let's just do general stuff.
Anthony has been
Let it
waiting.
flow.
Did you hear him?
What?
No, I've been ready for this. Like, this is my whole point and take on the whole gut instinct thing. Gut instinct is when it tells me I should not go to work. When I wake up and I have that
God, you just
desperate
had this.
feeling on the inside that I need to call in, otherwise shit's going to be bad, and I don't listen to it, and I go to work, and all of a sudden the whole machine's down for 5 fucking hours, and for that whole 5 hours I don't get a single break because I got to sit there and work on it until it's running. That's when my gut instinct tells me, yeah, I told you to call in, and I was too damn stubborn and went in anyway. So that's basically how it could have saved me, but I still go, and it's fucking terrible. And I sit there and wish for half the day that I should have fucking called in. I wanted to for so badly. I don't know why, but yeah, my gut was just telling me, don't it's do not cross. Don't go over there. It's bad juju. And yeah, so that's basically my gut instinct. It didn't save my life. It just not listening to it made my life live in hell for the day. But yeah.
You have a moment where you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to go anyways? Like, what was that like for you?
Oh.
Like, did you have to push yourself mentally through it, or were you just like, nah, I got to have the money, or what motivated you?
Couldn't afford any more occurrences, probably. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty amazing how much society conditions us not to listen to our guts.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just for whatever reason it is. If it's capitalism.
Well, but society as well, like, conditions us to listen to our guts. And that's, like, the problem with listening to your gut. Like, it's a dumbass feeling.
Does society condition us to listen to our gut instincts? I feel like in majority of the time it conditions the opposite. Obviously, there's a chance that it does, but I think the vast majority is the opposite of that.
Well, then how do you explain, like, people that do the most dumbass things? Like, anti-vaxxers,
Those aren't gut instincts. Those are beliefs.
Definitely beliefs.
Well, but what is a gut instinct but a belief?
It's a feeling.
Disagree. It's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling, and that's what a
Beliefs and
gut
feelings are totally different things.
No, they're not.
Yes,
Fucking
they
bullshit. No, they're not.
Let's hear Stevie out on this one. How is a belief different from a feeling, in your opinion?
Beliefs are something you learn. A feeling is just something you feel. It just happens. Feelings are feelings. Beliefs are things that people tell you should believe, and they convince you that you should believe.
I don't agree.
I know you don't agree, but guess what? Everybody else agrees with me this time.
I don't.
Anyway,
I don't care because everyone else is fucking dumber. So
do you
at least let her finish her sentence? Let's be respectful.
You say love. That's a belief. Yes, it's not a feeling, or they're the same thing.
Yeah, no, love is a belief and it's also a feeling. Yeah.
So you agree that they're two different things and not the same thing, because you said and also, but not.
She caught you in the fallacy. I love it.
No, she didn't. And by the way, state the logical fallacy.
He wants you to do it
because she just did.
Yeah,
she
No.
just got you to agree. If you agree with the premise that love can be both a feeling and an emotion,
because you believe that you could fall in love, but you also feel love. They're two different things.
So okay, wait, stop. Your audio is fucking up.
Agreed.
How is love not a feeling plus. Okay, so love's a feeling.
Stop intellectualizing this. The logical fallacy comes from your language. You literally just agreed to the premise that love can be both a feeling and a belief. Therefore, you cannot not believe that love cannot be a feeling. So she proved you wrong using your own logical fallacy.
No, wait. So, like, if love's a feeling and love is also a belief,
you just said that was true, so you can't change.
That's
the only thing I'm saying. I'm saying you can rationalize it any way you want, but you just agree to the premise that it can be a both feeling.
Yes. Okay. So both exponents are based off of your perception, correct?
So are feelings.
So they're based off of perception.
I think that feelings, you can have beliefs about feelings, but the innate way that a feeling feels, the way it feels to be angry, you can describe it with certain words, but there is an element of that feeling that you can only articulate through feeling it. You cannot describe it 100% in its full authenticity. So I believe you can have beliefs about feelings, and I believe you can have beliefs with feelings, and they can both exist in complete polarity.
And I disagree with that. I think that both, if you believe that you feel a certain way versus the plurality of feeling a certain way. Like, so can we both agree that, like,
No.
okay, fine.